Talker Black with me, my mind, and the Valentine Bay.
His closest friend. Lucentius, his other sister's husband. Crispus, his own son. Faustus.
I just put it back so you can see how many people that this man kills, and that they were all in the company of himself. Some even wore blood, you know. He didn't care. He took his sister's husband out. He didn't care. He took his son, his brother, even his mother. That is a program. And sometimes they can write programming books. When I was in jail, I noticed that. And so did the other inmates. I was reading this book. I was in Florida when this shit began to happen. I was in Florida, and I was reading this book. And all of a sudden, a girl comes into the pit that we are in there. Like, it is a pit, you know. It's just like the wood is up there, and it's like chicken wire, and there are maybe 3, 6, 9, maybe 9 beds in there, you know. 2, 4, 6 beds, and I am in a boat. You know, they kept me in a boat like Jonah. I was in the belly of a whale. Guess because I will not speak about these things to anyone but my children. So, all of a sudden, a non-melanated chick, she comes into the pit we are in, and she is the bottom bunk right next to my boat. I am reading a book, and I turned the next page, and that was her name. However, all the girls knew that I can do this anyway. You know, all the girls in the jail knew that I can do it. At one time they thought I just looked at the girl and she fell down the stairs. I guess they wanted me to think or believe, because I was in a belief system, that I had the power to just look at you and you fall your ass down the stairs. I did not want the girl to fall down the stairs or anything. I was looking at her, and in my mind it was like, what the fuck is wrong with your brain cells? You know, that's what I was thinking. I didn't think, oh, fall your ass down the stairs. No, I would have told her that. I wish you fall your ass down the stairs, you know. And I was just looking at her because I was like, what the hell, you know. We were just cool. We go to court, and now we come back, and now we go to court and we come back. I guess you don't like what you got. And are you envy and jealous of what I got? So now you stand at the top of the stairs and you talk shit to me, and what the fuck did I do to you? Nothing. So I am thinking that's in my mind, what the fuck just happened here? You know, it's like I was going from one fucking dimension to another. So next thing I know, she followed her ass down the stairs. So everyone puts it all around that I made her fall down the stairs by just looking at her. So I got some kind of, like I was Big Chief or something, you know. But I did not do that. And so later on, when I found out we're targeting an individual, I found everything else, you know, because targeting an individual, that is the key. You put it in the door and everything is done. All you have to do is read it. All the writing that is all over the wall, you just read it. And, or you listen to some writing or videos, and you listen to them or something. So hold on, we have an interruption. Sorry about that. So then I find that targeted individual, and I find that she fell down the stairs. They did that. Because also when I found targeted individual, I found some trilaterals. DOD. I really don't remember what they stood for. Department of something. Anyways, I found out it is the jailhouse, like the prison system. Because I always wonder, why is it DOD? I just can't retain that shit. Goddamn. But it was DOD. And so from there, and like when I met Amy, and Amy began to show me this paper that she had decoded and found her name, her son's daddy name, because his name was Dad as a junior. And then her son's name was Dad, and then her mom's name, but names were kind of mixed up. And she told me about the prison system, about how they're doing this kind of stuff and doing that kind of stuff. And I had my machine at the time. And when I got there, I went in about internet, like a little stick, you stick it in there. So personal internet, and I would use it. And I went on my machine to see the things she was saying, and I found out that to be true. And that's like one of the first things that came to my mind. A lot of pictures came to my mind, but that was one. Her falling down the stairs. I did not do that. And because I used to even question myself, how did I do something like that? And I didn't even think of it. I thought to myself, maybe her dumbass just slept, or something. I did not do that. I even told the girls I didn't do that. However, but when that girl came into the pit, when I turned the page, her name was in the book. Then there was one girl that her birthday was like on the 25th. They sent her $25. They mailed it off on the 25th. And there were two more and there was the numbers in the money order. There were 25 on one end and then 25 at the end. So she brought it to me to see what all of that meant. I am not a seer, I told her. That they thought I was, but you can see things in books. I said, those are books. I'm not a seer, but I did see some stuff. I just did not want to tell her she was going to prison because she had turned her dumbass gay while she was in jail with her best friend. Somehow she comes to jail with her best friend. Now they are gay, and I saw the numbers add up. She was going to go to prison, but her friend was not, and her friend should have went to prison. I saw it. I just don't like to tell people bad things. That's why I do not read cards. I have cards. I read them for myself just for fun, like part of the game. But I don't like to read cards for other people because cards, they talk too much and they don't need to know all of that kind of shit, Like to Dr. Phil talking about the assassinations and how many people this motherfucker killed. It's Constantine. Constantine goes on just like a dragon. It's constantly moving. It sways this way and that way. It will even eat the fuck out of you.
His wife only suffocated in a
And he had his wife for 20 years. And sure, I was past that.
So what he is saying to you was, like a lawyer, he began to frame the truth. Because that's what a lawyer does. He doesn't necessarily give a damn if you kill somebody. He is about to frame the truth to get your ass off. Well, this is what Eusebius has done. The fact that he was a lawyer and the fact that he was a Christian made him doubly dangerous.
Made him doubly dangerous. And if he is a Jew, then he is 10 times dangerous. And if he is Aleister Crowley, he is 1,000 times dangerous. He becomes the beast, constantly going on and on and on. Even to write a book, and decades later, hundreds of years later, or maybe 100 years later, someone, and more than, many Earthlings begin to act us out and kill their own families. Wow. It happened here in San Diego, too. Not only did the girl kill her baby, the man, they worked at a hospital. It was a hospital, and I know it was an experiment. And they all got together because they were losing jobs left and right. And it was a bunch of pink people, and only this one melanated man. They got into a room. And they all said that they were going to all commit suicide at the same time, and that would give a message. They would give their lives so the nurses or the people in the nurses and other employees in the hospital would not be losing their jobs. So he took his dumbass home and killed his wife and children. And he was the only one that did it. The other pink people, not one of them did it, only him. So even there, I knew that something was weird about that. Come to find out it was an experiment. And all the pink people that were in the room with him, they all went to prison for his murder and the murder of his family. Although he did it himself. It was all like a farce, but made real. Like Hitler, like a farce, but made real. Hitler did kill people and shit. but you did not know who the real deal behind it, because they begin to tell the story. Of course, they're not going to tell you the truth. Wow, that shit really happened. Even in jail, you would read books and things would really, really happen. Wow. Oh, and the girl that came in with her name, in the book it had something to do with a laundromat. She said the laundromat is right down the street from her. She goes out of her house, go to the laundromat. It's right on the corner. I was like, wow.
Volume 3, pages 79 and 80. Now, think about it, you good Christians, especially you scholarly Christians who think that I don't know my facts and I ain't got them straight. On what is this Christian religion based that certain information must be suppressed, say it from disgrace? Is it ever necessary to suppress truth for the good of any cause?
I can't hear it.
Would the truth make men free, like John 8:22 said? Actually disgrace the religious teachings of your Jesus Christ? In fact, throughout his entire seminar of the
Make you free from what? From that Jesus Christ that is holding you. You think he is holding you by chains, but he is not. In the tarot cards, there is a card there that Aleister Crowley turned to the Baphomet. Okay? And there are chains. And there's a male on one side and a female on the other. Just like the dollar bill that Aleister Crowley, the line showed. It had the flowers and the spears. The same thing. Except there is a female standing up and a male standing up. And then there is a chain. But if you look closely, you will see the chain is not chained to them. They do not have to stand there because the chain is there. The chain is not chained to them. And that is in the cards.
entire seminar, we will expose the kind of work done by these early Christian fathers who admitted that they suppressed all that they could tend to find that was disgraceful to their religion. We will see that A, the 4 Gospels are false. B, the Gospel stories of Jesus are only a plagiarized invention. C, that
it is a plagiarized invention. Wow. I have to turn it off for a minute. I don't know why they just don't fucking kill me. They damn near choked me to fucking death. Maybe I should have let it stay on so you could hear it. I thought I was going to barf. Man, these people. Okay, getting back to plagiarize, they thought that I would forget. They don't like his face like that. Getting back to plagiarize. When you even say the word Jesus, that word is a code word, encrypted. It is just us, the melanated man that they are speaking about. They, of course, would make it, a non-melanated man and put that in, myths and embellish upon it and everything. However, that is Hiram Abiel. During the Valentine month, and maybe even after this, I'm going to see if I can find the series on that to show you Hiram Abiel. When Hiram Abiel came to judge the earth, except in the movie, they have Hiram Abiel on the earth going to judge other planets. So when Hiram Abiel came here to judge the earth, there was someone, I forget what his name was. Anyway, he gave Solomon a hammer. And they say he gave the hammer to someone else, but actually he gave the hammer to Solomon. This is why they worship Solomon, because Solomon would take out to all the wives. He did not care. He had all his wives and shit. So Hiram Abiel is the cousin of David. I don't want to go to the lineage of Hiram Abiel, okay? So anyway, Hiram Abiel is walking with his cousin Solomon, and he's talking to his cousin Solomon about taking all of these strange wives, because there is a culture for the Anunnaki to follow while upon this earth. So maybe this is why Solomon decided to take the hammer and Hiram Abiff in the back of their heads. Okay? And it was a hammer. Wow. The word ham goes into a lot of things. So, this is why they worship Solomon and say he is the wisest man to ever live. Because they won't tell you why. They go into some baby bullshit. Now, once he hit Hiram Abiff in the back of the head, and you know it is. I have a video and it says something about be careful when you're in the front and they're walking in the back. This is the words say that, and there's a picture there. But Hiram Abiff must have trusted his cousin Solomon. He did not even think that Solomon was born from DC, that David, his cousin, had killed Uriah for Bathsheba, and that they were fucking right next door to Uriah's house. Bathsheba lived right next door, so they were committing fornication, and then he killed his own cousin, who is Uriah is his cousin. You kill a man for a woman, then you have a baby. You think you can go ahead and pray and fast. The baby died. You know what happened. So now David still has all the guilt. Now Bathsheba gets pregnant, and again, and she has Solomon, and he takes all his other sons and throws them to the side. He takes all his other females and concubines, he throws them to the side, and then he only wants Bathsheba and Solomon. So he makes Solomon the king. But Solomon is born from unrighteousness. So therefore Solomon is unrighteous with the females, I mean, if you look at David was unrighteous, and so was Bathsheba unrighteous with the union, and then to have a man die so they can be together. This is a form of a love story. Wow. Do you see that kind of shit being done today? People do that shit today. Anyways. So he trusted him anyway. And the word trust is us. Of course he would trust him. He did not know the trust was rusty. So in the word trust is rust. So he walks just a couple of feet in front of Solomon. This is in the movie. And then Solomon hits him in the back of the head. They are in a certain place, Solomon hits him in the back of the head. And then there are 3 pink guys. They are all Jews. They run and they get Hiram Abiff. And then they take Hiram Abiff into it looks somewhat like a cave, and I can't think of it right now, but it is here in California too. And by the way, California does have Icon Towers. So they take him into that, and that was the night they got their lodge. That was when it was called a lodge that night. And so they took Hiram Abiff, and they had him as though he was like a plus sign. His feet were tied together, and then that's his body, and his arms go out like that. So again, that's where your cross is from. And then one of them had to bite Hiram Abiff's tree off and eat his balls. It was like he was the big guy. See, because to do these type of things is what helps you to live longer. Even Aleister Crowley told him so. However, they knew to get the blood, or mostly the tree, of their enemy, and that would make them stronger, and it would. Because after they killed Hiram Abiff, we all died too. And still today, they are hitting us in the back of our head. In the back of your head, between your ears is your pineal gland. And that's what they are hitting. There are sounds going in my ear right now to fuck with my pineal gland. However, I do have mind guard. Sometimes they get through. They can make me forget so fast. And the thing they can really do like they're doing now, because I'm talking so much, is they are fucking with my back, like the pin in the pencil. It feels like to me like a razor blade. That's what it feels like to me. But then there was a girl who mentioned it and asked me, does it feel like electricity? It could. But I really would not know what electricity feels like if it hit me in my back like that. To me, it feels like a razor that is cutting my back. And they can do that because they are invisible and no one sees them. And I can talk about it all I want to and no one will know. No one cares. You know, even when I talk about it to my son, it's like I irritate him. I know it's not him, it's the handler. They're like on the wire and cannot get off. Nahiva, she talking.